Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Samuel Akem, Keenan, Curran. This is Deep Ball. We're joined by a very, very special guest. We got Keali'I, University of Montana starting quarterback. Had a phenomenal 2025 season, and we're excited to see what he can do in 2026. How have you been, my man?
I've been good, just chilling. I appreciate you guys for having me on.
How has the
Absolutely.
offseason been for you so far, man?
It's been good. Unwinding, getting some time off a little bit, just getting back into it, training. So it's been good.
Nice. It started snowing out there yet?
No, it's been great. Honestly, it's been great.
Look at you. You guys are getting blessed now, man.
Definitely.
Well, hey, you're coming off a phenomenal 2025 season. Kind of going into the season, did you have a feeling that this would be like a special year for you?
Kind of, yeah. I definitely say I put on a lot of work in the off season. Hard to say you didn't hear everything that was said the year before. I try to stay out of all that stuff, but I heard the talk and I put in a lot of work in the off season, and just credit to the coaches and my teammates helping me.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah.
It's phenomenal, man. After having the success that you had in 2025, because obviously it was a phenomenal season, you put up the numbers, and now there's expectations. I think coming into 2025, it's like, okay, we know he's good, we know he's got the talent, but can he really do it on the field? You've done it on the field now, and you showed everybody that you're one of the top quarterbacks in the country. How do you follow that up in 2026 and take it to the next level?
I think it's just sticking with what worked for me. Just working. I think the off season is always big. Just getting better at everything you can, improving in every area of your game. Just keep improving and never being satisfied with anything. Just keep improving. And as college football, you got a lot of new players now, so getting close to the new guys and building chemistry with them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, man, Sam's walked down the tunnel. I've walked down the tunnel. Now you're walking down the tunnel. But prior to any of us walking down the tunnel, your dad was walking down the tunnel, right? And you got to walk by his picture every single day for some of the things that he did when he was a Grizz. Obviously, goes without being said, one of the best Grizz quarterbacks of all time. You being here, did his kind of experience here lead you to come here? Like when you got the offer, were you like, okay, yep, I think I want to go to the Grizz? And then does it add any pressure to your time here as a quarterback?
Yeah, I definitely say a little bit just because, I knew my dad came here. So just having that experience, him telling me about the place. So got to come out here in high school and experience it. And, honestly, I love the place, obviously. And, out of high school, I was pretty low recruited. I only had one offer. Nobody else offered me. So it's the only offer, 0 stars. But, yeah, obviously knew about the place and fell in love with it when I came out here. And, he's done a great job of just, leading me on that path and keeping my path, and not really involving in what he's done. So I thank him for everything he's done for me.
That's what's up, man.
That's phenomenal, man. You talk about creating your own path, and I think that's really important because obviously, the same. I feel like Chase Reynolds. I was talking to him. He said the same thing. Like, his son Talon, one of your teammates, is on the team, and it's like, Chase did so much at the University of Montana, but I know the main thing Chase wants is like, man, I don't want him to be influenced by anything I did. I don't want him to have to deal with anything. He is his own man, his own guy. So obviously that brings a certain amount of pressure, but another thing that brings a lot of pressure is just being the starting quarterback at University of Montana. How do you deal with that pressure of being that guy at the University of Montana?
Honestly, I don't really think of anything as pressure. I'm just playing the game I love. I love this game since I was a little kid. I fell in love with the game. And, I don't really see anything as pressure. I just see it as a privilege, honestly, just to go out there and, play for Montana and such a prestigious program with tradition. So I'm just trying to, put my best foot forward in everything I do. And, I think that takes care of itself.
There we go. That's what's up, man. Well, I know you only had the one offer, right? But you still want to, I hope that they did a decent job of recruiting you. And I know there's coaches before. There was, Rosenball was here. Was Rosenball here when you first got here?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so Rosie was here. Pease is here. Hauck was here. Give us the pitch. Like, what did they tell you, outside of it being your only offer, how did they recruit you to get you to come? I mean, you probably could have went and tried to walk on somewhere. I know you believe in yourself. That's evident in the way that you play. But like, what was the pitch that they gave you? Who do we have to thank for Keali'I being the Montana Grizz quarterback?
So basically, my recruiting process was crazy. So, I mean, my whole sophomore year, I didn't have a sophomore year because of COVID. In Hawaii, we didn't have no season at all. So we did like a little spring thing, and we got like a couple scrimmages, just practices. So I sent them my film in the spring of 2021, and then they said, we want to come see you out in camp. So came out there right before my junior year, did the camp out here, and then they like what they seen. So always stayed in touch with me, always contacted me just throughout my whole junior year, and just always showed that interest and that love. Coach Pease, obviously, and Coach Jimmy as well. So they just always stayed in touch with me. And then after my junior year, had a pretty good junior year, and then they offered me my first scholarship. So that was my first scholarship, and then they were just always foot on the gas, and they were always just pitching to me that they want me here, and they always told me that they wanted me for who I was, not my dad. So that meant a lot, and yeah, they just always showed that love to me.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. We've heard in the past that they might not be putting the pressure on the recruits, so we wanted to know, like, were they putting that pressure on or what?
Yeah, they were definitely putting that pressure.
For sure. So we obviously, me and Keenan, we both played for Coach Pease, so we got a lot of love for him. Obviously, we've had him on the channel before. How has he influenced you during your career to help you get where you are today?
Man, I mean, I wouldn't have had the season that I had this year without Coach Pease. I'll just say that. I mean, he's helped me so much. He's helped me with my development so much, just teaching me how to be a student of the game, teaching me the game, and just how to create good habits with yourself every day, I think is the biggest thing. Never being satisfied with mediocrity, yeah. So just always foot on the gas, always helping me out. I mean, he's helped me every single day. So he's always pushed me to become better, and can't thank him enough for that.
Nice, so man. you talk about the habits that he helped you create. One thing he had us do when he came in 2018, and I didn't even know at the time, I didn't know what he was doing. But when I got older, I understood it. He put a catch chart on the board, and he made it to where we're trying to race to get to like 2,500 catches or 2,000 catches before spring ball or throughout spring ball or throughout winter condor or whatever. But basically, he's training us to catch every day. And he made a rule because some of us started getting like 200, 300 in one day. So he made a rule where you can only get 100 a day. And basically, that's training you every day. This is how you got to work. Has he done anything like that for you to kind of train those daily habits?
He's definitely given us stuff to do every day in the weight room, whether it's like the med ball, doing core stuff. I mean, just stuff he believes in that works. So he definitely gives us stuff to do, and just always staying on top of everything. And even if we don't do something, he'll text us in the group chat. He'll be like, "That's 11 push-ups. You got to send us proof."
Push-ups.
The proof. Man, he never changes, man. Oh, my goodness.
Send the video in the group chat. Everybody flaming you in the group chat. It's funny, but he always keeps you accountable for sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, look, Keali'I, never, if you see Sam in the back of Stockman's, never gamble with him because he was cheating his way through that catch tracker, right? He was adding 400 catches.
They salty because I won. They
look,
salty because I won.
I was
like,
bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way you was out here in the snow getting 200 catches. There's no way, bro. Guy was lying. Jerry. But anyways, right? You guys had some huge news this offseason. Kind of big for all of Grizz Nation. Shocked me, shocked Sam. Probably made some people happy because there were some people calling for his head at the end of the season. But like, what are your thoughts on Bobby Hauck, retiring and moving on? Like, kind of take us through. Did you know beforehand, or was it just like you found out with everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, going into that team meeting when he let everyone know, we never knew what the team meeting was about. So nobody knew what was going on, what it was about. And I mean, when he broke the news to us, it was obviously a shocker. Nobody expected that, but it's crazy. Everyone knows it's crazy news, but I mean, I can't thank him enough for, giving me that opportunity to play at a D1 level, my only opportunity. So can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me in my career, and wish him nothing but the best at Illinois.
Nice. That's the PC answer. I love that.
Yeah, very, very, very.
Yeah, smart. You media trained, dog. He's media trained.
He just got done with
It's
Coach
good.
Hauck. Come on now. You know
It's good. This guy's good.
You made it clear though when Hauck left, you made it clear after that news that you were staying. What led you to make that decision? Like what led you to want to say, hey, no matter who's the head man, we're here and we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of went into my decision with like through the whole transfer portal process after the season. You know, I thought about it with my family, talked about it with my family if I was going to enter the portal or not. And ultimately, I decided that, I mean, I'll stay here. So I think that being that I already made my decision to come back for a reason, prayed about it with God, talked to my family, you know, Coach Pease, obviously. So coming back for that, for the right reason and not just jumping ship because one bad thing happened, I think was you can't just waver off of emotion as well. So I'm here for a reason, and I think that I'm really excited for the next year to come too.
Nice. Man. Well, look, we're glad to have you, dog. Look, some of the plays that you made, I was stomping in my living room. My girl was going crazy. Like, why are you such a fan? I'm like, cuz this guy is doing stuff with the ball. It's just wizardry. But obviously, we talk about the transfer portal a little bit, and I don't want to, hone in on it, right? There's always going to be people hitting you up saying, hey, we want you here. We want you there. Aside from that, when you were growing up, we know you're a Grizz. We love that you're a Grizz. But did you have one school that you were like, hey, this would be a dream to play here? I mean, I would imagine maybe Hawaii, but at the same time, like they were kind of a G6 school. Was there a school that you were like, man, if I get this offer, not in the portal before you came to Montana, right? Saying that for the Grizz fans. But if you got that offer that you were like, I'm going here no matter what.
I mean, yeah, definitely growing up, I was a huge Marcus Mariota fan. I mean, that was
the big O.
That was my role model growing up. So I was a huge Oregon fan. You know, I had all the gear. Like when they went to the Rose Bowl against Jameis Winston against Florida State, I was decked out in Oregon gear. I was ready for that game. But definitely Oregon growing up was a dream school because of Marcus. Definitely.
Man,
so talk about like, that. Go ahead.
One second, Sam. It seems like, and this goes back to even probably before, this is aging me a little bit, but like all the really good quarterbacks from Hawaii wear that 8, right? As like a ode to 808, right? We think of Marcus Mariota, Jeremiah Masoli, Dylan Gabriel's wearing 8, you're wearing 8. Like it's a pretty cool thing to see that throughout college football with some of the guys from Hawaii that are just rocking 8, man. I really love to see that.
Yeah, and I grew up because of Marcus. I wore that number 8 because of him. So I went to high school. I couldn't wear number 8. I got my friend had it, but I was number 6 in high school, and then they gave me 8 when I was here. I was happy. I was happy for that.
Nice. Hey, he was the OG Sixer.
So kind of talk about that a little bit, though. That's really cool. Like, what do you feel like the impact that Marcus Mariota had on the whole state of Hawaii? Like, because it feels like, you mentioned it. A lot of the players who have come up around your era have mentioned that, he was kind of the guy. What was that like growing up in that era?
Yeah, I mean, being from Hawaii, there's not a lot of players from Hawaii. I mean, there is, but I mean, it's a small bunch. So when you see someone on the stage that he was at, being a boy from Hawaii, you don't see that often. So for him being on that stage and kind of setting that way for the younger generation, I mean, it was big for me. A lot of kids would say that as well back home. So, I mean, definitely set the blueprint at that stage for boys from Hawaii and just a great role model for kids back home and just the way he carries himself, everything. So he's a big role model for everyone back home.
So was quarterback always the only position, or did you ever want to play anything else?
I was a quarterback since day one. Ever since I was quarterback. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Look, I tried it. It didn't work for me. Look, it did not work for me.
You got to college and they were like, hey, you're going to be a receiver, big dog.
They said, you want to go catch the ball, son?
You got them hands, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go catch the ball. Yeah. But probably the part that was missing from my game is something that you really do have. And it's kind of the cerebral standpoint. It seemed to really grow in this last season for you, right? Absolutely. How you understood the game, how you attacked defenses, kind of how you manipulated defenses. What type of things did you do in the offseason to kind of grow that part of your game?
I'd say first, right when we got back from the 2024 season, like this time last year, I rewatched every single game that we had in
Love
2024.
that.
And I just rewatched every single game, my reps or Logan's reps. I just watched it, see what I could have done better, see what good things I did, and just write down notes on what I could have improved at. And I think, through the summer, watching films on the games that we're going to be playing in that season. And then I think, every week, just attacking the week and just putting time into the film study. It's big. Just knowing when you go out on the field, you got to know what the defense is doing, what they can present to you. So just taking film study very seriously, and also Coach Pease, like I mentioned, he's helped me further my development in that aspect.
So you talk about the film, which I love. I love that you went back and watched every game. That really, that shows dedication. That shows that you locked the hell in, man, and I love that. What does a typical film session look like during the week? What are you looking for? Like, are there anything? And you don't have to give away too much schematically or anything like that. But like, what does a typical film session look like for you? And then also, I don't know if Coach P still does this, but he used to track our time in the film room. Is he still doing that? And if so, what's that number looking like, big dog?
Nah, he's not tracking no time anymore. I think he puts his trust in us that we're putting in the time. But
We were knuckleheads.
yeah. But during the week, I think early on in the week, you kind of just see what their base is, what they like to run the most, 2 high, 1 high shell, whatever, that stuff, and then just kind of seeing their tendencies and kind of diving deeper into detail on specific players that you're going to be, attacking, seeing what their players like to do, their corners like to do, safeties, all that. So just, diving deep into what they do.
So with your understanding of coverages, sorry, Keenan, one more.
No, go.
With
Go.
your understanding of coverages, I didn't know what the hell cover 1 was. I didn't know what cover 2 was when I got to the University of Montana. That was really something that I developed really working with Coach Pease. Like Coach Pease taught us the triangle, and like you got to know your triangle. He also taught us the coverages, but like, man, he just knew how to teach the game really well. But I didn't know coverages coming into college. Is that something that you came into college understanding already, or did you develop that during your time in college?
It's funny because my dad's OC was Coach Pease, so I think everything
Wow.
everything I got from my dad growing up playing football, and then my dad was my coach in high school. I think it was all from Coach Pease. So
Yeah.
my dad definitely did a great job as well, just teaching me the game in high school. So I think I definitely came into college having a good understanding of, the basic coverages you see. But obviously, when you get to college, there's more stuff that you see. So,
Yep.
but I think definitely coming into college, I had a base understanding, and that dates back to just my dad helping me. And I think that comes down from Coach Pease as well.
Everything leads back to Brent.
Bro,
Every
he's
time.
a super OG, bro. If he was your dad's OC, I know you guys gonna rag on him.
That's OG.
I would be on his head like, bro, you are older than Jesus. But talking about coverages, right? Obviously, there's some things in high school that you are just not going to see, or some things in college you're just not going to see in high school, right? Even though high school defenses are advancing a little bit, it's hard for guys to roll and understand different rules that defenses have in high school that you can do in college. Was there a coverage that you faced early on in your career, right? Because you were kind of rotating, getting some reps that gave you trouble that now you kind of have an understanding of like, oh, if I see this pre-snap, I know this is going to happen and I know to go here.
Yeah, definitely. I think just like the different blitz packages that I seen early on, like my first 2 years was definitely something that I wasn't used to. I remember I was in for the first drive of my true freshman year against Montana State.
Yep.
And I was nervous as heck going in like right before the half. This is my true freshman year, and I seen a free safety blitz. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know what was coming. And I tried to scramble out, but he caught me. And I was like, damn, I don't know what that was. But I definitely say the blitz packages my first 2 years. And then, going into this year, you definitely know you've seen everything.
Yeah.
And definitely having that understanding where you're hot, knowing where your outlet is whenever that blitz is coming from which side. So, yeah.
Yeah. You did a really good job
you
of
threw
that
a touchdown that drive, though, didn't you?
Nah, we was 3-0.
No?
We was 3.
You said, I'll never forget that. Hey, I feel you.
We
I
won
feel
that
you.
game.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so along those lines, well, not even along those lines, we're getting off the coverages. I like to hear, how a player deals with adversity. I got my master's degree in sports psychology, so I just love that side of the game. What would you say has been the biggest adversity you faced during your career?
Ooh, biggest adversity. I'd probably just say just the mental part of that 2024 season.
Yeah.
Just not playing nearly as good as I wanted to, and just having to deal with we didn't have a good season to
Yeah,
our
right.
standard. So that was our standard, and we definitely didn't meet the standard. And just I think just dealing with that and just taking it how it is. You can't change it. So you gotta
Yeah.
of how you're gonna move forward and just get better at it and make sure that that's not gonna happen anymore. So I think that's how I kind of dealt with it and with a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, good, man. I'm glad you overcame it. But on that 2024 season, obviously you and Logan were rotating at quarterback throughout the season. Like, do you feel like the rotating and not having full time as the quarterback like led to some of that? Like I can't get in rhythm. I can't like. What was that like? Right? Take us through that. And I know Coach Hauck was always like, "Well, we need two quarterbacks that are capable." Yeah, come on, bro. Like we trying to get in rhythm, dog. And obviously, when you got the job, right? When you got the job, it was clear that you took it and ran with it.
Yeah, definitely when you don't know when you're gonna get subbed out. It's hard to you never know what's gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't know if you're gonna stay in the game or you're gonna get pulled, and it's just kind of like that factor where you don't know if you can make that mistake.
yeah.
But that definitely was a challenge itself. I've never kind of dealt with that. I've always been the starter, or I was the starter or the bench. It was either or.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
just having to deal with that for the first time and just try my best to stay ready whenever, you never knew. So always trying to stay ready. Never knew when you were going to get in the game, but that was
And
definitely
another thing in that, man, is like, obviously, like you said, you used to be in the starter or the backup. And in that hierarchy, there's kind of understood roles, right? Like, hey, you're the backup, I'm the starter, right? When you have this like two quarterback system, how do you guys manage your relationship in the room when it constantly feels
Facts.
like, hey, we're competing actively throughout the whole season? Like that will be a really tough thing. And I guess receivers have to deal with it, but it is so different at quarterback.
yeah. You kind of just try and put that ego to the side at that point, and we're all in it for the same goal for the team to win.
Yeah.
So I
Facts.
think, I don't think, me and Logan had a good relationship. Nothing bad between us. We always try to help each other out. So we're all in it for the team and just trying to figure out how to win games if both of us were going to be on the field.
For sure.
So coming
Yeah.
off the back of that, you go ballistic in 2025 and have a phenomenal season. Did part of you feel like kind of like, yo, like I could have did this last year? Like, how did that feel? Because obviously we all saw what you went through in 2024. To do what you did in 2025, was it kind of just like, yeah, I've been him and I am him. Like, how was that?
Honestly, I truly think that shit. I'm sorry for my
No,
language.
you what? Cuss
All-
it. Cuss it. Say it.
You good. You good. Nah.
I
You
think
still in
I don't know.
college.
I think that it all happened for a reason, honestly. Just
Yeah.
because I learned so much from that season,
Yeah.
all the adversity and just like the learning moments from all the mistakes that I had. I honestly think that was a big part of my success this year. Just having
Yeah.
those learning moments in 2024 and just learning from what you can do and what doesn't work and where I needed to take my game to the next level and coming into this last season. So I think that it helped me honestly and just working hard in the off season and trying to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Sam, I'm gonna let you take the natty question, but I am a superstitious guy, right? Like when I had to do everything the exact same pregame, right? In terms of what I wore, what I ate. Like I'm super type A about that. Are you like in your pregame routine? Are you superstitious, little stitious, no stitious? Like what? Take us through Keali'i's pregame routine, and is there anything that you must do? And give us examples if you can.
I wouldn't say I'm that superstitious, but there's definitely a few things that I do every week. Like Thursdays, the day before, I gotta go to Noodle Company and get some pasta.
Okay.
I do that every Thursday. You know,
the same
get that
pasta or any pasta?
It can switch here and there, but it's usually that chicken Alfredo.
Whew.
That one's gas. But
Facts.
that, and then on game days, not really that superstitious. I kind of just go with the flow. But definitely, you know, listen to some music, listen to some rap music, and then mixing some island reggae just to calm me down a little bit. And then right before we go out, put on a rap song again. So, but
nice.
Other than that, kind of changes.
So no tape, like you don't have to have like I used to write a Bible verse on my tape, and then tape over that. Then I, have my socks a certain way. I was weird, man. I was a weird guy. So you don't have no quirks that you're like, oh, this is kind of weird, I guess.
Nah, not really, honestly. I mean, I did the eye black, but
okay.
That I mean, not really.
Okay, so you're just
Are you a smelling sauce guy? Are you a smelling sauce guy?
Oh nah, you gotta keep me away from those. I don't need those. Those mess up the brain. Like you just
They keep that in the O-line pod. Keep that in the O-line pod.
No, they be smelling it. You just hear them.
Yeah. Man, weirdos. But you gotta have them.
Oh
so, yeah, facts. You got to be a part of a team that went to the national championship in 2023. What did you learn from that season?
Man, I felt like that year, I mean, it went by so fast. That was my true freshman year. I mean, I started that season. I was on scout team that season. I don't think nobody really knows that, but I was on scout team the first 4 weeks. And then right after that NAU loss, Coach Pease put me into the office the next day and said I was going to suit up. And at the time, I was like, I don't even know the plays. So I'm like, what? He's like, you're going to play. He's like, you might play next week. And I'm like, I don't even know the plays.
Yo,
honestly.
What?
But yeah. I mean, that was just a big learning year for me, honestly. Just knowing what I needed to do to kind of get ready every single week. Definitely sped up my learning curve that year, being put up. And I mean, it was a great year, getting to see Cliff play, and he bought out that season. So getting to see that and just, getting to see what it looks like to, get to that national championship and trying to get there again.
So obviously, both of us were red shirts before, so we understand, like, especially me, like my red shirt year, like,
what are you talking about?
I'm finna party, like I'm finna have a good time. I'm not playing. They don't got no expectations of me or nothing. You go from, and I'm not necessarily saying you were a party kid or nothing like that. I'm just saying like everybody knows the vibe of a red shirt. Like they don't got no expectations on me, so I don't really need to be like I'm not there. You go from that being in that mindset to being in like you got to be ready. How did you like? How long did it take you to kind of get the playbook, and what was that mindset shift like from I'm chilling or I'm just a redshirt freshman to now, you might have to play, you might have to be on the field?
Yeah, it was definitely a week to week thing. Every week attacking that week to see the game plan sheet, what plays are going to be in that week, and just trying to learn those plays if I didn't know those plays that week, and just trying to study as best I can. And I think honestly I was studying the plays more than the defense that year, just to know what my players were going to be running. But that week to week thing was definitely took it hardly and try to study as best I can.
Yeah. What was that first game you got in?
That was Northern Colorado, I think.
Okay, so that's when you threw that touchdown, right?
That was my first one. And funny story, actually. I think that week was the first week it snowed, and that was the first snow practice on Tuesday. And it's the first time I ever had to throw a cold ball in my life. And I kid you not, that first practice that week, I could not throw the ball at all. And then coach is saying, you're going to get it no matter what. I'm like, Coach, I don't know if I can throw the ball this week. I couldn't feel my hands, nothing.
So talk about that. No, I'm sorry, Keenan. I want to ask this, though, this follow-up. Talk about that, though, because you are from Hawaii, and you guys don't deal with cold weather out there. So what was that transition like to be, because obviously you played in a ton of cold games this year and you looked phenomenal. So what was that like? How did you become comfortable with that?
Man, I think it was just playing in it, honestly. I mean, yeah, as you guys know, Coach Hauck, cold practice or not, we're practicing outside. Like, we wasn't going to go in that bubble.
I'm
So,
glad to know it's still like that, because he said y'all
yeah.
be soft and y'all
But,
got
I
the
mean,
bubble and stuff.
it took me a while, honestly, to get used to it. I mean, that first year definitely was a transition year for me, trying to just, get acclimated to the cold. And then 2024, it got better. And then, honestly, I'd say this year, I mean, was definitely the year where it's like it had no effect on me, and I was finally adapted to the cold weather. So,
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Years.
And you guys got them heated benches, and I'm sure they got a bunch of other cool stuff that they didn't have when I was there that keeps you warm on the sideline. But that's besides the point.
He's clearly salty.
I'm just glad that we're equipping our players with the resources to be successful in any weather. Okay, I'm a fan. I get to enjoy it. Okay, so what does your off-season training at quarterback look like? And how much are you getting with the guys? I know in the summer you do your PRPs, and you have spring ball, but like, what are you doing individually and with your receivers, running backs to continue to develop your guys' chemistry?
I mean, individually, every offseason, I'm trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, any way that I can. And then, I mean, a big part of it is always, throwing with the receivers. I think that's the biggest thing, honestly, is just getting that timing, getting that chemistry down with who you're going to be playing with, telling them where I want them to be at or how they should run it, and knowing where they're going to be at. So I think that's a big thing, just getting that chemistry, throwing with the receivers, and just honestly, I just attack every aspect of my game in the offseason. I don't really do something specific, honestly, but just try to improve all around.
Become more well-rounded. That's nice, man. And I know last season, you had phenomenal chemistry with Michael Wortham and Brooks, but I'm going to talk about Michael Wortham specifically because he was a quarterback. Do you feel like that helped you guys kind of mesh or understand, like, oh, okay, he's seeing this from a receiver standpoint, but also from a quarterback's thinking perspective, like, oh, I can be here? Do you feel like that helped you guys at all?
Most definitely. I think, with having Mike last year, it was something special just because after every drive, he would always come to me and tell me what he's seen. And I think that was something special that he did, was always, we communicated a lot during the games. I think that was a big thing. And just telling him what I seen, him telling me what he's seen, and him just having that IQ of the game, him playing quarterback, and just having that natural ability to get open in man-to-man or zone, and just finding some way to get open. I mean, he was amazing.
Yeah.
And definitely glad that he was on our team last year.
So was I.
Do you work with? Yeah. It was nice to see him, man. He was phenomenal. Do you work with like a quarterback coach or anything, or have you ever had a quarterback coach or not?
Man, back home, my uncle does a lot of training. He trains some good guys. He trains the USC quarterback Jaden Mayava. So he trains some good guys. I train with him, and then my dad as well. So, but no quarterback coach out here though.
One of the quarterbacks that's from Hawaii is at Cal. Did you ever have to play against him, or you guys do any workouts or anything like that? I know there's different islands. I'm naive. I don't understand, but like that's another one that's putting on for Hawaii.
Yeah, I trained with him a couple times. His older brother actually is my friend. I'm good friends with both of them, but
is he at Pease State?
What'd you say?
Is his older brother at Portland State?
Yeah, his older brother's at Portland State, so got to play them, got to see him. But yeah, I trained with him a couple times. Trained with my uncle as well.
That's dope, man. That's super dope.
So this last season, you guys got very close to the national championship. You were one game short. There was one opponent you couldn't get past. How can you ensure the result is different in 2026?
I just say I feel like every person on our team, I feel like that's the game that's on our mind this whole offseason. I mean, I definitely know that's the game that's on my mind going into this offseason and going into this season. And, Coach BK, I think the fans are gonna like him.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
so talk about that a little bit. Obviously, you've had a couple of weeks with BK. Spring ball's about to start up here in I think a week or two. How has it been with Coach BK? Like, what is the first? What's your early? Obviously, he was there last year, but like as the head coach, what's your early impressions?
Definitely, he brings energy every day. He's definitely a player's coach. He connects with his players, builds that relationship with his players, and you don't feel like you can't go and talk to him. So it's good to have a coach where you can just, have that conversations with him, talk to him, and he's doing a great job. I mean, he's setting what he wants for his team this year. So I think we've just seen the beginning of it. It's only been a couple weeks, but yeah, I'm excited.
This is a question I've had. Have you guys still been doing winter condo?
Yeah, they posted it.
This is our last week. We only had 2 weeks this year.
Man, they posted it, Sam.
Lucky.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Sam know what that means when you say it's nice to have a coach that we could talk to. We know what it means. You don't have to say it because we get it, right? We get it. We've been there, right?
Stop it.
Only time I enjoyed Hauck, but the only time we had a real in-depth conversation was at the top of the M at 6:30 in the morning when I had to hike it after a snowstorm. That's the only time we talked, dog. I was like, bro, what's going on here, bro? So, but I want to talk to you about, like, everybody has something that they feel like they're really good at, right? When I was a receiver, I felt like, hey, I was a physical receiver, jump ball guy. Sam was a stretch to field guy. Obviously Michael Wortham's a quick guy. For you as a quarterback, what do you feel like your superpower is? And is the one thing that you're like, hey, I'm super comfortable doing this, and I know if push comes to shove, we're in the fourth quarter, I need a third down conversion, I want this play because I do this really well, or I make this throw really well?
I think it's my ability to make plays when it's not there. I think if nothing's there, I can make plays with my feet, or I could get outside the pocket, and just find someone open. I think my playmaking ability in that way I think that's something that I do good.
So one play comes to mind when you say that. Was it Sac State? Was it Sac State when the guy hit you, and you kind of just you had to I'm him. That play, I was in my living room screaming, he's him, right? So I can attest to that. I support that. That was the perfect answer, because I think that's something that you do extremely well. It's just like extending plays with your feet, knowing when to run, and also knowing that, hey, I don't have to run because I got this cannon on my right arm. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you for that.
Appreciate it.
So last one here, unless you have another one after this, Keenan. For the kid from Hawaii watching you, what would you tell them?
Man, I just say keep working hard. Just keep putting your head down. Don't listen to what anybody tell you can or can't do. Just keep working hard. Put God first, and just put full confidence in yourself that you can do it. Always have that confidence in yourself that no matter what somebody tells you, as long as you work hard, you put your mind to it, you can do anything. So I'll tell them that.
Amen. Yeah, my last question is, did Lithia of Missoula, did they give you the brand new 2026 Jeep Wrangler, or what did they? No, I'm just messing with you, man. I know they throwing out keys nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into the details of your NIL package with Sam, because he's going to start pocket watching. He's going to say, let me hold $1. Don't listen to him, all right? But I'm glad you guys are getting to it. I'm glad you guys are getting, compensated. We talked about, before we went on air, what you guys get for the summers. I'm glad for that. But even furthermore, man, as a former player, I know Sam feels like this, and all the other former players, we're glad that you guys can finally eat, man, because you guys can go to the depot. We was going to Safeway and get ramen noodles. So, or Albertsons. You know what I'm saying? So we're glad you guys are eating a little bit better.
The only time I got deep, that's the only time.
On the visits?
Yeah, when they brought the recruits in, and I was going because they asked if you wanted to host. I'm like, I'm a host every time, because
that's the only time. That's the only times I went to the depot too. Is when I host a visit. That's it.
Man, But still, but I hope that
You do have to understand too, Keenan. Though, is like the rent is higher now, also. So like, cost of
I'm
living
not
is,
listen.
you know,
You heard what they get in the summer? I'm not hearing it, dog. I'm not hearing it, bro. Nah, bro. I know where he living. I know where he can't be that high. You know what I'm saying? Can't be that high. You still living all right.
Yeah.
But man, we're so grateful to have you on, man. We're looking forward to
Appreciate
an
you,
amazing next season. Give our best to all the guys in the locker room, and can just continue to put on for Grizz Nation. We know the fans love you. And the haters, I got 2 words for you, right? They said it at the Seahawks parade. F you, okay? F you guys, right? Keali'I's our quarterback. Keali'i is our quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.